Hey guys, this is Andrew with rockclass101.com, and in this mini lesson, we're going to be learning a funk riff for low G, ukulele. Now, before we jump into learning how to play this, I wanted to take a moment just to talk about the fact that this is our very first lesson in our new series, which I'm calling mini lessons. Now, the whole idea behind this series of lessons is to create short and sweet lessons that you can learn quickly. So something that you can learn on the fly. Because if you've jumped into one of our song lessons, our concept lessons, or even one of our courses, you know that those are really detailed, very in-depth lessons, and they take a bit of time commitment to get down. And I wanted to create a series where maybe if you're short on time or you just want to learn something fun and fast, then this is going to be perfect for doing just that. All right, so with all that in mind, let's go ahead and talk about this lesson. So in this video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to play the entire funk riff, but if you want to get the tabs to print off and follow along with, that's going to be available at this link right here, or you can go to the site rockclass101.com, do a search for ML001, that's the lesson number for this lesson, and also on the page is the really cool interactive on-screen tab viewer. Now this is a really cool feature where you can hit play, you can watch the tab scroll across in real time, you can highlight bars to loop sections, slow it down to any speed you wish, just a great asset in learning this riff that much easier. Alright, so let's jump into learning how to play it. The first thing is we need a low G ukulele for this. The second thing I want to touch on is our right hand approach for finger picking. And this is really a song that has no right or wrong, so you can use whatever's most comfortable. But to give you a couple options off the bat, you could use a 4-finger approach where each finger gets its own string, or you could shorten it to a 3-finger approach where thumb gets double duty, index gets string 2, middle gets string 1. So let's go ahead and jump into the first line of tab. We've got the first 2 bars up here. And the thing that you're noticing is that we're going to be playing this entire riff right out of the D minor chord. So it's that stock bar chord that you learn. It's one of the first bar chords you learn for D minor. So this entire riff is just based out of this shape and this position right here. So 7, flat, and 5. So keep that thought in mind. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and play just the first bar so we can hear what it sounds like, and then we'll break it down and learn it. So that's a good gist of what our first measure sounds like. So the first thing that you want to keep in mind is that we're playing out of that D minor chord, which leads us to a really good point. We're going to be playing out of a position, which a lot of folks will refer to this as 5th position. I like to call it a box, but that's just me. But essentially, as you just saw, you're going to assign a finger per fret. So anytime you see a note on the 5th fret across all 4 strings, it's going to be played with the index finger. Now we don't have anything on the 6th fret, but if we did, it would be played with the middle finger. The 7th fret would be played with the ring finger, and the 8th fret with the pinky. So keep that in mind as you're playing this riff, because it's going to make your left hand playing really efficient instead of doing something like that, trying to use 2 fingers to play everything. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and learn the first hit. And the first hit you can see is a little X with an S above it, which means a slap. And it's going to be a similar percussive sound like a chuck or a chunk, although it's going to be executed a little bit differently. So you guys are going to take your thumb and you're going to take the knuckle of the thumb, and I want you to, first off, mute the strings with the left hand, and just come down with that knuckle of the thumb and hit string 4. And it's going to create that thud sound. So just like that. So get comfortable with that. It's a little bit of a different kind of percussive hit, but doing this keeps our right hand in place to play that lick that starts right after the thud. Okay? So get comfortable with that. That's your first hit. After that, we're going to take our index finger, put it on 5 on string 1, play that note. Then pinky goes to 8 on string 2, move the index finger up to 5 on string 2, give me a pull off. then take the ring, put it on 7 on string 3, and then back to 5 on string 2. So watch my index finger. You can see that it stays put on that 2nd string 5th fret. So that's going to make it a little bit more efficient for playing this opening lick. Okay? Rhythmically, we have 1 and 2 E and a 1 and 2 E and a. Try with me. Here we go. 1 and 2 E and a 1 and 2 E and a. So 8th followed by 16th notes. Now if you look at the last half of this bar, we're going back into 8th notes. 3 and 4 and. Okay, so take that index finger, move it up to 5 on string 3, play that note, then 7 on string 4, come down with a slap, and then 7 again. So we have 3 and slap and. Let's put it together because I think it makes more sense as a whole. With me? Nice. And you can kind of hear or see what I'm doing with my head. I'm kind of just bobbing. To the groove, right? So remember, this is a funk riff. We can think of it analytically, 1 and 2 E and a 3 and 4 and, but it's kind of sterile, right? We want it to groove. We want it to have feeling. So don't be shy, move your body. Right? Groove to the music. Now, if we look at measure 2, we can see that it's basically the same thing. Right? Up until that slap on beat 4. Look at beat 4. You can see that it's different to end it, right? We don't have 8th notes like we did in measure 1. We have 16th notes. So right after that slap, you're going to immediately play 7 on string 4, 5 on string 3, 7 on string 3. But it's quick because it's a 16th note. 4 E and a, 4 E and a, 4 E and a. So let me put that into context for you. I'm going to play bar 2 by itself with that quick ending for beat 4. Okay, let's see if we can try that together. I'll play it once, come in on the second. Nice. So a little bit tricky. If any of this stuff is too fast, you guys can use that cog to slow it down in the YouTube player. But let's go ahead and do this now. I'm going to go ahead and play through 1 and 2. If you've got it, join me the second time. Nice. Now let's go ahead and jump into measure 3 and measure 4. So 3 starts out kind of interesting. You can see a tiny little 7. That's going to be a grace note. So we're going to do a quick slide, half step slide, not a whole step. Half step slide up to the 8th fret and then come back down. Now here's the key, this grace note. It happens on beat 1. So you have 1 and... Okay, so you want to do that quick slide, and then back to 7. Okay? Then we're going to go 5, 7, 5, all on the 3rd string. So together you have 1 and 2 E and. Let's see if we can try that together. 3, 4. Again, go. Again, go. Nice. Now to finish it up, quarter notes. We're going to hit the 5 on string 3 again, and then 7 on string 4. So 1 and 2 E and 3, 4 with me. One more time. Nice. Now you can also see the squiggly lines, right? That's just vibrato. So you just want to add a little bit of vibrato to those last two hits. And if you're new to vibrato, check out this lesson. It goes super in-depth into multiple ways to do vibrato. We can do very subtle vibrato, or we can do very exaggerated vibrato. I think for this tune, somewhere in the middle is appropriate, middle to more exaggerated. Okay? If we look at measure 4, here's what it sounds like. So kind of a continuation of what we did for measure 3. So we're just going to move back a half step. So we're breaking out of our box and we're forming a new box. Our new box is 4, 5, 6, 7. So same concept. Assign a finger per fret. So we're going to use our index finger for 4, come down with the middle for 5, back to 4, and then 7, 5, and then slide with that middle finger to the 7th fret and give me an extra hit. So again, all on string 3, all on string 4. Rhythmically, 1E and 2 and 3, 4. Okay, let's see if we can try that together. Ba-da-da-ba-ba-ba, go. Again. Nice. And you can hear I'm adding the vibrato on that last couple hits. So let's try 3 into 4. I'll play it once, you come in with me the second time. 3, 4. Nice. And I'm going to go ahead and play through 1 through 4. Everything sounds like this. Nice. So at that point, you're just going to repeat it. I played it twice through for the performance, but you're free to do it as many times as you want. And that's everything, guys. So this is a really fun intro to our mini lesson series. This funk riff is, I think it's really great when somebody says, hey, play something. And you're always like, what do I play? What do I play? It's also a really good end of warm-up thing to play. So it's a little demanding on your left hand. So it's not the first thing I'd jump into when you first pick up your instrument, but after you've played about 5 minutes or so, you're getting warmed up. This is kind of a cool little riff that you can play to finish up that warm-up before you jump into, full-on playing. So guys, again, I want to give you a friendly reminder. If you wanted to get the tabs to print off, keep for your records, that was available at this link right here, or you can go to rockclass101.com, do a search for ML001. That's the lesson number for this lesson. Don't forget, on the page too is the really cool interactive on-screen tab viewer, so you can literally hit play, you can highlight bars to loop them, you can slow it down to any speed you want. Just a great tool for getting a riff like this down that much easier. So guys, I hope you enjoyed our first mini lesson, and I'll catch you in our second one, which will come out in just a couple days. Until then, take care.